Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're safe and well. Woodsy here, and today we're going to be looking at the Manson Silva Nike SB Blazer. Let's check them out. So this is a blazer that is pretty readily available in majority of Nike SB skate shops and on the Nike website. They retail at £100, but because blazers aren't as hyped as most other SB releases, or especially the Dunks, they tend to sit a lot of the time. And this is a pair that is readily available, so you could just grab these, and I feel like they do not disappoint in hand. Because they are quite a dark colour and the images online really make it look like they're like a black colour, and when you're out in the daylight they are a really nice like royal blue, or not royal blue but a dark navy, but it really does pop when you're out in the sunlight. So I thought I'd do a quick review and I'd talk about the details and then show you on foot, and then yeah, you can see whether you like them or not and whether you want to cop, because they are, as I said, pretty readily available. Now they retail at £100, and of course if they do sit for quite a long time they might end up being discounted, which is always good, and a lot of the times because the blazers are not as popular they end up being discounted and you can get an absolutely banging pair for a more affordable price. But obviously you've got to take that risk at the same time, but I think you might be alright when it comes to this pair. So starting off with the box. So it is a purple Nike SB box. The label states Nike Zoom Blazer Mid MS Quick Strike. This is a black and blue wolf grey. I've got this in a UK 9, which is a US 10. Now a UK 9 is my Nike true to size, and I always get blazers true to size, and I have worn these today. They're really comfortable. I thought they was going to take a little bit of break in time because they felt a little bit sort of hugging around the front area, but they're comfortable straight off the bat. Now I have to admit I do switch out the insoles for footprint insoles, just because I prefer footprint insoles, and I do that with all shoes that I can get the insoles out basically. But yeah, extremely comfortable. I find blazers really comfortable. I love the ankle support, and yes, they are obviously really fit for purpose. That is the main reason that Manson has chosen this silhouette. It's the blazer that he skates the most, and he's done a great job when it comes to this pair. So, bottom of the sole is the wolf grey, if they stated on the box, like a light grey, and it's probably, apart from the swoosh, the only real grey that is on the shoe itself. You have these little dots in there that make it look like it's got recycled or grind, and then you have this bright white midsole. When it comes to blazers, I think a bright white midsole always looks the best, and it contrasts really well against this dark navy leather upper. Now you have as well white contrasting stitching, and that does really shine through, and it also almost mimics the sort of chain look that is on the Nike text, on the design on the heel, and also on the tongue tag. So I think it adds to the effect of the chain sort of detail, and it's just another clean detail on these. The leather has a slight texture, but it's majority a sort of like smooth leather, and it does have a nice flex and feel to it, while also being like a sturdy structure. Firm toe box, and then you have this tumbled leather on the heel tab, and that Nike is in that chain print. It's really big Nike print, really bold, and I think it looks absolutely epic. Now they've got a really standout swoosh on this, because you've got that bright white thick leather backing, so it silhouettes that grey, that silver metallic tumbled really soft leather, so it sort of comes away and it's almost like a bit 3D'd because of the thickness of the material, and it looks really good, and it obviously really stands out against that dark navy backing, and I really like it. And I love the fact as well, because it's like a metallic leather, it looks almost like it's going with that chain or metal effect. The tongue, now this is the only thing that I'm not that keen on when it comes to Nike SB blazers, is when they do the exposed foam. It's not going to stop me from buying a pair, but it's just something I'm not overly keen on, and I much prefer when it's a closed tongue or a stitched tongue. Nylon on the front. that sort of venti sort of mesh on the back, really flexible. When it comes to the majority of blazers, they have that good hold when it comes to the tongue, because they have the pieces of material that attach onto the sides of the shoe, so it gives you a really good support. On the actual tag itself, you've got Nike in that chain sort of writing again, a swoosh, SB, and then Manson Silva. And then the sock liner is again a dark navy mesh-like material that's nice and soft. It should be a little bit breathable and durable, hopefully, as well. But yeah, these were really comfortable when I wore them today. Stock laces are flat navy laces. They have a slight wax to them, and they also have metal tips in silver. And I actually don't mind these laces. I think the stock laces are my favorite out of the two. They also come with a spare white lace that is a flat lace again, and it's a bit more waxed, also has metal silver tips, but it's not as thick, it's not as wide a flat lace, and I much prefer to have a normal sized flat lace, if that makes any sense. But when they're in the shoe, it doesn't look too bad. But I like how the navy goes, sort of blends in with the leather, and it just makes the swoosh and the midsole stand out a lot more. You don't have that sort of like being drawn into the bright white laces, so I'm probably going to stick with these navy laces like I did today. As I said, spare laces are these white laces. It's nice that you've also got those metal tips on there, and I will show you these on feet at the end. Insoles, so you've got on the left, you've got the self-portrait that Manson done with a biro pen on the left side, and then you've got Nike SB and Manson Silva on the right. Really cool self-portrait that is also featured on the back of the tongues, and he also apparently sketched the detailing of Nike being in that sort of chainmail, which is really cool as well. Now, I don't know this for definite, but what it seems like as well is when you scratch or wear away onto the actual top of the leather, there's more of a brighter blue underneath, but I haven't seen really any images of if people have stripped it or something like that. I've only seen it actually on Mason's Instagram where he skated them, and you can see that lighter blue on the actual leather. So yeah, that'd be one to see, but I'm personally not going to be scratching away to see if that is underneath. All round, the materials on this feel really nice. I love the fact that it's very subtle, because you've got this dark navy, but then you have these really bright standout like the swoosh and the midsole. I absolutely love these on feet. Really nice pair. And yeah, if you want to grab a pair, they are pretty readily available. I will leave links to any places that have these online. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, hopefully to the end. And yeah, I will do the on feet and the lace swaps. It's Woodsy out.